Bienvenidos a la clase de Español 1. We're going to talk today about making introductions using te, le, y les, and using contractions a, al, y del, and also y plus the infinitive, and ¿qué vas a hacer? What are you doing? ¿Qué vas a hacer? All right. So for starters, when you're introducing a friend to another friend, you're going to use these guidelines, okay? If it's informal, if it's two friends you know from school or somebody your own age, you're going to use te. Laura, te presento a Gabriel. José, te presento a Gabriel. So change the name of the person you're talking to, and then in the middle include te presento. Let me introduce you to, and then the name of the other person that you're introducing. Okay, so te for informal, a friend you talk to. Le, you're gonna use le presento if it's formal, maybe a teacher, maybe a doctor, maybe a school. School personnel, you're going to use le. You're going to use the formal. Les, plural. Les presento if it's two or more people. And this applies for both formal and informal. Luis y José, les presento a Margarita. Luis y José, les presento a whomever. Okay? Just change the name of the person. But the words in red stay the same. They do not change. When speaking about someone with a title, we are going to use the definite article. And we remember, I hope you guys remember that the definite articles are el, la, los y las plural, el, la singular, los, las plural. And the indefinite articles are un, una, singular, and plural, unos, unas. Okay? So Emilia, again, another example. Te presento a la señora Ayala. We're going to use la because es una señora. Remember that you have several responses to choose from. When somebody is introducing you to somebody else, to say, nice to meet you, you say in español, encantado. You can say also mucho gusto. You can say tanto gusto, or el gusto es mío. You can also say igualmente, same to you. Somebody says mucho gusto, you say, oh, same to you. Nice to meet you, and you say igualmente. In addition to señor, señora, y señorita, we use don y doña. Don José, doña Felipa, don Juan, doña Lupe. Okay, those are names we use to show respect for people. All right, titles we use. And also we have the contractions al y del. So moving forward to the contractions, just like we have contractions in Spanish, in English, can't, isn't. In English, we use al y del. So the preposition a and de, those are called prepositions. A and de precede the masculine singular definite article el. Then we're going to change it from al to del. And I'll show you what that looks like. A plus el, this is masculine, right? Then it's going to change to al. It only applies to the masculine, not the feminine. And this is what I mean over here. Masculine, a plus el, we're going to shorten it. We're going to use the contraction al. If it's plural, we're going to leave it as is. Al doctor, al médico, al dentista. A los, we're going to leave it as it is. Okay? Feminine has no change. So this only applies to the masculine, but singular, not plural. So just masculine, singular, the contraction. Okay? And then de plus el equals del, same thing. It only applies to the masculine, singular. Everything else stays as is. So de él, instead of saying de él, we're going to say del. That's the only contraction. Here, instead of saying a él, we're going to say in al hotel, al médico, del dentista, del médico, okay? Only in the singular masculine and only in the singular masculine. Those are the only times we're going to use contractions al and del. All right. And we have also been talking about how is it that we can get to places. And for that, we're going to need to know how to conjugate the verb ir. Ir, this is the verb in its infinitive form, meaning it has never been conjugated. So ir means to go. And in order to conjugate ir, because it is irregular, we're going to do it in this format. Okay, it's completely irregular. It follows no rules. So these are my pronouns, right? Yo, tú, usted. These are my singular pronouns. So yo voy, tú vas, usted va. And then the plural pronouns, nosotros vamos, no, vosotros vais, ustedes van. And please remember, you're not responsible to know the vosotros form, but you are responsible to know the other forms. Okay, and usually the verb ir is followed by the preposition a. ¿Por qué no vamos? This is my verb ir already conjugated. ¿Por qué no vamos a la biblioteca? Voy al cine. So to say, let's go someplace, we say, vamos a comer, vamos a la fiesta, vamos al cine, vamos, let's go to, and then wherever it is you're going to make a suggestion for you and your friends to go to. Okay, and then on the same token, you guys are going to be talking about places to go, ir plus the infinitive, okay? And this is what it looks like. Talking about the future, ir, and then you include the preposition a plus an infinitive verb, okay? For instance, Laura va a ser, va is the verb ir already conjugated, and then a, there's my preposition, ser, to be. She's going to be a doctor, médica, médico, I would say. I would change it. This is wrong. It should be médico. The book made a mistake, which is fine. I mean, we all make mistakes, right? Ustedes van, there's my verb ir already conjugated in the present tense. There is my preposition right here. And then caminar is my verb in the infinitive. So this is the verb in the infinitive. Here's my preposition over here. And there is my verb ir conjugated, irregular. So it looks weird. The expression vamos a can be used again to make a suggestions. Vamos al parque. You know, let's go to the park. Let's go to the movies. Again, so same thing as what we said before. Okay, just to reiterate. All right, so that's what this chapter is about. Please practice and look over the vocabulary so you can become more familiar with Español. Y nos vemos en la clase. Gracias.